Monmouth against Charleston Southern at 1 o'clock on ESPN3. And with that, we'll bring in the head coach of the Charleston Southern Buccaneers, Jamey Chadwell. Good morning, Coach.
Morning, Mark.
Buccaneers with the setback at Coastal, 43-22. Heading up north to Monmouth, the first Big South team to make the trip up to West Long Branch. You can talk about the Coastal game and then give us your thoughts on the Hawks. We'll go to questions.
Well, I thought we started out the first half pretty well there. We were in the game and made some good plays on both sides of the ball. Second half, they really turned it on to us, and we just couldn't match them. They're obviously talented, on both sides, and they figured us out there in the second half a little bit, and were able to do what they wanted to us. So I thought we responded well from the the previous loss and came out ready to play and compete. I thought our guys competed the whole game. We just weren't good enough to beat them, right now with where we're at. But hopefully we can learn some things from it. There's some things there that we could have done better that maybe would have made the game closer. We wouldn't have won the game, but made it closer. Some things that we could have made some plays. So we're working hard to try to fix some of those mistakes so we can get back to hopefully playing some winning football.
All right, this time we'll start moving to questions for Charleston Southern head coach Jamey Chadwell. Please press star 1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser and click raise hand if you join us via the web. And Coach, if you can talk about the conference to us member Monmouth and what you've seen so far, then we'll take questions.
Well, we're extremely impressed by how well they play as far as the physicalness and how they compete. You can tell their coaches have been there a while. They have a great understanding of what they're doing scheme-wise, and really got some talented players. Obviously, the first time that we're looking at them, but they're playing with a lot of confidence. And we know, obviously, being the first Big South opponent up there, they want to get their first Big South win, and we definitely don't want to be in the record books for the first Big South win. So hopefully, we're going up there with a good passion to get us a victory. But it should be a great game. What they do matches up well, with us, and hopefully we'll be able to use some of the experience we have in league play to hopefully use it to our advantage. But it's going to be a tough game. We've got to play at a high level to come out of there with a win. It's supposed to be cold, so that'll be something that our guys won't be used to, so we'll have to adjust to the weather and the travel. But we're looking forward to going up there and getting a chance to get back out and playing.
All right, thanks, Coach. At this time, we'll take questions for Charleston Southern head coach Jamey Chadwell. And, Coach, first question for you is from Joshua Newman of the Asbury Park Press.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm good, Josh. How you doing today?
Good, thank you. Through 7 games here, Monmouth, their offense, they've been equally tough, running the ball and throwing the ball. Presbyterian was able to kind of slow down their run and put the game in the hands of their quarterback. When you look at them on film, what do you feel like is the key to slowing down their offense?
Well, I think it's got to be the same. We have to try to make any team, but especially them, you got to try to make them one-dimensional. You want to try to stop the run. If you watch us on defense, we like to be aggressive on our blitzes and some different things that we do there. So if we can slow them down and get them in some situations where it's third and long and some of those things, that plays into our defense's hands. We try to be aggressive, try to bring a lot of different blitzes, and hopefully we can affect the quarterback where maybe he throws a pass to us or some of those things. If they're able to be balanced, Coastal was balanced last week, and it obviously gave us issues. If a team's able to be balanced, it hurts us. So we're going to try to stop their run and hopefully get them in some long yardage situations. If they're able to do both, then it's going to be a long day for the Bucs.
And if I could just throw one more in there, last season you guys won 10 games. Were kind of the surprise of the Big South. Expectations were maybe a little raised coming into this season. At 0-2 now in conference play, can you just reflect on just how tough this conference is on a week-by-week basis?
Well, I think it's extremely tough. Obviously, you go back to last year, we surprised a lot of people, probably surprised ourselves with the type of year that we had, and you're hoping you can continue that, but you know where your program's at. That's going to be difficult, especially with some of the things that we've been facing. But every week you look at video. I mean, PC is a really good team. Monmouth has them. Right there, have a chance to win the game. Obviously Coastal's top 2 in the country. Liberty's out there. Gardner Webb plays well. It's a tough league, and I don't think, maybe with the exception of Coastal, we'll see Liberty too possibly. everybody right there is relatively equal, give or take maybe a good player here or there. Coastal's obviously playing at another level right now, but it's a challenge, and I think that every week we're learning that there's no give-me's. I mean, if you don't play well, you don't play to a high standard, you can get beat, and I think you're seeing that, and that's just what we're running into. Where our program is at, we're not to the point where we can consistently, if we don't play well, win games. That's not us, and there's probably a lot of teams like that right now, and so it's a tough league, and it's about time I think our league is getting the recognition it deserves.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. And Coach, next question for you is from Jeremy Sherling of NewJerseyNewsroom.com.
Yes, hi, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing today?
I'm fine. My question for you is that everybody's, talking about how this is, Monmouth's ascension into the league, and obviously that creates some unique scenarios for you guys going to a destination that you've never been to before. So did you guys scout the West Long Branch area during the off season? Did you have somebody go up there and try to pick a hotel for you guys? What things did you guys do from a logistics and planning standpoint to try to make this trip the easiest it can possibly be for you guys?
You obviously don't know our budget down here, so we definitely didn't have the opportunity to go scout. What we tried to do, we called other people that have played up there. Coach was very helpful as well, talking with him at the coaches meetings and things. And so we tried to call, hey, where do people stay? Where, how's this or that, and tried to get our best. Try to make everything as possible that way. We've played at Stony Brook before, here in the past when they were in the league, so we have an idea as far as up that way. But we just called around the people that have done that, and as I said, Coach was extremely helpful and went from there. I wish we could have went up there and scouted it out, some of those things. Maybe I found me a good place to eat, but we've not done that yet. So this will be our first foray up there, so hopefully it'll go well. And I'm sure we'll learn, hey, maybe we should have done this next time, but that's part of it.
And on a related note to that, is this something which you think can impact the team's preparation, where you don't quite know where you're going, what you're doing, things like that, or is this a more minor issue compared to all the other things that head into team prep for a road trip?
It might be more of an issue for, coaches as far as just the organization of how you go up there. Kids are kids. They're going to play and be excited about playing wherever you're at. And I think if you don't make it a big deal, they don't make it a big deal. And so I don't believe it should be any issue as far as preparation. Now, the weather and some of that might be an issue for us just because, we've seen what the weather's supposed to be and all that, and we've not played in anything like that in a while. So that might be more of an issue than just the logistics part of it. But, no matter what, your preparation, we feel like our preparation will be ready to come up there and play.
Got it. Thanks very much, Coach. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, Jeremy. And, Coach, final question for you this morning is from Chris Lang of the Lynchburg News and Advance.
Hey, Jamey, how are you?
Hey, Chris, I'm doing well, thank you.
I just wanted to ask you, sorry to bring you back 2 weeks, but your thoughts on Presbyterian's defense and how much they've improved over the last year. What was the thing that impressed you the most about them when you played them?
Well, they play extremely hard, and they never get out of position. I think that, they know their scheme. The coach has done a great job with them understanding their scheme. So they're not going to be out of position. If you beat them, you're going to have to beat them, straight up, man up, and they do a good job of that. And no matter what the situation or circumstance, they just keep playing, and I thought that just really jumped out on film. And I think they're really underrated up front, especially their defensive ends. I think their defensive ends were the difference in our ball game for us. We had some chances where we got out some plays, and they made some plays on us that cost us from having maybe some bigger plays. But you have to earn everything you get against them. And if you don't, if you miss a play here or there, it costs you. In our game, we had a couple chances to get some points on the board, and they made some plays on us, and we weren't good enough to overcome some of that. But that's the most improved part of their team by far. They don't turn it over on offense, but their defense, they put their hat on them, and they've stepped up to the challenge so far this year, obviously minus Coastal. But everybody's minus Coastal right now. So.
Excellent. Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. And Coach, that's all the questions for you this morning, so we'll go ahead and let you go. Appreciate you joining us, and good luck Saturday at Monmouth.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, Buccaneers at Monmouth, 1 p.m. on ESPN3.